One of the things that's become increasingly clear to me since I started coaching entrepreneurs in 1974 is that in the final analysis, the only thing that determines an entrepreneur's lifelong success, progress, achievement, satisfaction is the mindsets that they develop in order to actually move themselves forward. And what I mean by mindset is that, first of all, just to define the word, the mindset is a setting of your mind to look at the future in a particular way that you hold to consistently over a long period of time. The best mindsets are the ones that you can hold on to for your entire career, and they always produce the best possible results. And I'll give you an example of that, and it's that the difference between a mindset that change is scary, which is one mindset, and I really don't like change, and that would be a reinforcement of the change is scary mindset. And you have that mindset, and this is the way you approach your daily life with that mindset. Well, you can see immediately that it produces probably a sense of anxiety, a sense of worry, probably a large amount of your thinking energies every day are used up being very, very apprehensive. And so enormous amounts of your time and your talent and your attention are used up trying to avoid scary changes. That would be a mindset. And we all know people personally, and we all know people in business who in fact have this mindset. So that would be one mindset. I'll give you the opposite mindset, is that change is exciting and change is tremendously positive. I like change because I have the kind of skills, I have the kind of talents that I can, no matter what kind of change comes along, I can use it to my own advantage, I can use it to my own benefit. And you have that mindset. And let's say you were 10 years old when you developed the negative mindset that change is scary, and another person developed the mindset change is exciting and marvelous and wonderful, and that also happened at 10 years old. And then just follow these two lives. First of all, I would suspect that the person with change is scary would not become an entrepreneur because they're putting themselves in the worst possible circumstances. So what it means is that probably entrepreneurs on the planet are those individuals who have a mindset that change is very, very exciting. Change is very, very good. Now, this is useful because if you follow that individual, then in essence, this individual never ages. Because when they're 20 years old, change is marvelous. When they're 40, probably change is even more marvelous because they've taken advantage of so many changes to make themselves so much more successful. And when they're 60, it's doubled again or it's tripled again. And when they're 80, they're even more exciting than they ever have been. And so you could see that probably an entrepreneur who has this one mindset that change is always exciting and something to always be looked into, something to be alert to, something that you can take advantage of, probably is always going to retain sort of the excitement and energy of a 10-year-old even when that individual is 90 years old. Now there's other mindsets that go along with this, and one of it is that I'm constantly learning would be another mindset that you would want to put side by side with change is exciting. So I'm always learning. Change is exciting, and I'm always looking into new changes because I'm learning new things. I'm learning new knowledge. I'm learning new attitudes that I can approach life with. I'm learning entirely new skills. I'm developing entirely new habits, and all that is part of the learning process. A third mindset that you would want to have, along with those first two, is that I'm always growing. Everything in my life is always better this year than it was last year. This is my personal life, this is my business life. And so now we have three mindsets. We have mindset change is very exciting, I'm always learning, and the third one is I'm always growing. Can you see now, just from these three, that the results from this individual day by day as they come into contact with different kinds of situations, different kinds of challenges, different kinds of new opportunities, they're constantly taking advantage of them. They're profiting from them. Okay, so we've separated bad mindset from good mindset, and we've added and see how really good mindsets are attracted to each other. And I've named three of them. And now probably the biggest thing is that you want to surround yourself with other individuals, create a community. And in our day of technological communication, our community of like-minded, like-mindseted people can expand globally. And so in order to use as little energy as possible, as we go forward with our excellent mindsets, we want to surround ourselves more and more with a community. I call this an exponential community, because if you find change exciting and you're always learning and you're always growing, then your progress and your achievements are going to be exponential. And so what you want to do is to surround yourself with one individual, and then 6 individuals, and then 60 individuals. And some of these are close at hand, and some of them are around the world. But this is your community now of very positive, very growth-oriented, exciting mindsets. And therefore you can see how this would become a very, very powerful network in the world. And it would influence perhaps millions, maybe hundreds of millions of other individuals if it was a conscious community. And the interesting thing is that all this came about because at 10 years old, you chose a particular approach and set your mind for your entire life toward change so that it was exciting, and as opposed to someone who sets their mind at 10 years old that change is scary and very negative.